Alright troops, strong and conditioned, and a nice balmy night in Scotland. The weather's good, things are pretty chilled. Anyway, I've been having a think lately, and I know there's a lot of guys out there who they watch the Burpee sessions and they become intoxicated and they want a slice of the pie. They want a slice of the pie and they want to hit the big numbers that guys like Jib Gastra, myself, Iron Wolf achieve, but they don't know how to go about it. Now, the way I went about it was quite a slapdash approach. Thinking back, I would have probably adopted a more methodical approach because I think that would have taken me to a higher level in some respects. But I was intoxicated by the burpees. I just wanted to do burpees. That was the route I chose to take. My knowledge at that point was limited. However, now I have more knowledge, and I would go about things differently in some respects. And if I was to go about things nowadays, this is probably the system that I would employ. And it's very boring. It's not flashy at all. I would select a time and create a time block, say 30 minutes. And in that 30 minutes, I would perform as many strong style burpees as I could. Now, when you're performing strong style burpees, there's a distinct cadence, there's a distinct rhythm. So you're not going to beat a number in that time block if you get the cadence bang on. However, the goal would to be to try and continuously move in that time. It's not always going to be possible, particularly as you start to add minutes on. However, that would be the goal. Now, once my body would become acclimatised to the 30 minutes, I would then add another 10 minutes on and take it up to 40 minutes and do the same. And I would rinse and repeat. And I would keep going in that fashion until I hit the 60-minute mark. Now, once I'm at the 60-minute mark, I think that's the end point. I think that's the point where diminishing returns starts to rear its ugly head. I think once you're going past that point and you're not really getting much, all you're doing is fatiguing yourself and not building the recovery that you need to perform as the same session the next day or the day after. So once I'm at the 60-minute mark and I can do a good volume of 6 count burpees within that time frame, I would flip things over on their head. And the course of action I would take at that point is I would start to focus on intensity. Now, when we speak about intensity, it's just about increasing the speed, trying to get as many burpees in as we can in a shorter time frame. So kind of think busy dad style in that respect. Now, I would probably start off at the 10-minute mark and I would select a burpee like a 1 pump or a kick out burpee or a Navy SEAL burpee, something that's really short, sharp and intense. And I would go hell for leather within that 10 minutes and try and get as many burpees in as I could. And over the weeks, I would probably add a minute on and take it up to the 20-minute mark. So for example, if I was adding on 2 minutes every week, I would be doing that for 5 weeks. Now, while I was performing those intensity fueled sessions, I would also maintain one endurance session within that week. So for example, if I was performing 3 or 4 high intensity style burpee sessions, I would still do a 30 to 60 minute strong style session just to kind of maintain that cardio base I had built up during the endurance phase. And that's pretty much the road I would go down at that point. I think that would give the guys out there who are looking to like really get involved and start to build up that ability to handle the high numbers, to handle those grinder sessions. I think this would give them an excellent base of support. So, endurance phase, intensity phase. The endurance phase would consist of a 30-minute session performed 3-4 times a week, and once we become acclimatised to that time block, we add 10 minutes on, rinse and repeat until we hit the 60-minute mark. Once we have owned the 60-minute mark, then I would be flipping over to the intensity phase. The intensity phase with a shorter time duration, but a more intense burpee style. However, I would also keep one endurance session in that week to maintain the engine size I had created in the first block. So hopefully this gives some of you guys out there an idea as to what you can pursue if you're looking to achieve higher numbers and become that burpee machine that you have always desired to be. Anyway guys, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's a wee golden nugget you can take on board and build that burpee engine that you are more than capable of creating. Thank you.